we've gotten to the launch spot here for the 992.1 Porsche 911 Turbo S. This car is all-wheel drive. It is an absolute incredible piece of kit. It launches harder than almost any car out there because it's all-wheel drive. 3.7 liter, 640 horsepower, 590 foot-pounds of torque. That's when it's stock. This one has a JCR exhaust, really opens up the character of the engine, gives it more performance and power. We are in Sport Plus mode. In order to launch this car, it's very simple. Definitely keep both hands on the wheel on this particular car. Foot on the brake, foot on the gas, and it will go ahead and initiate launch. It's in Sport Plus mode. We are not going to manually shift this thing. An incredible experience. You guys ready for this? I do want to point out we are in one of the safest spots to do this. No driveways. We're not here to endanger anybody's life. I just want to get you one small opportunity to get a taste of what this car is like. And keep in mind, on the street, you really aren't going to get this car very often because it's a lot of performance, guys. All right, let's check it out. Hope you guys enjoy. There you go. An unbelievably powerful car. It launches so hard and so visceral. You know, the only thing that launches harder than this car is actually a Tesla Model S Plaid. And I just happened to review one of those. It's on the channel if you want to check it out. But that is the only car that launches harder than a Turbo S. But you just don't get the soul and the character of that flat six in a Model S, right? So this thing is just a whole nother level of enthusiast awesome. I absolutely love the car. I hope you guys enjoy the whole review. So check it out. What's up, guys? My name is Adam and welcome back to Driven Productions. Today you're looking at this absolutely beautiful 992 Turbo S in chalk. I love chalk. It's one of my favorite colors. It is a premium color on most of the 911s. This also has the exclusive wheels. The Turbo S comes with Porsche carbon ceramic brakes, also known as PCCBs. You guys don't know. This has the blacked out trim as well, has the blacked out adjustable spoiler here, has the integrated exhaust. Looks great when it's painted in chalk. I really love that look. You can get that also in black and different color. You can also get this in carbon fiber if you want. This one has the sunroof, which I love. I would use the sunroof a lot, especially on a beautiful day like today. You have the matrix design headlights. These headlights alone, guys, are $17,000 to replace, so just be mindful of that. This also has the sport package. This gives you that really cool trim, as you can see here. This is actually an adjustable Turbo S. It's basically a front splitter. Also have the cruise control, as you can see the Distonic Cruise up front there. And then of course you have the headlights up here. These do move with the wheel at night as well. They're very, very cool. Now you get all-wheel drive with this thing. 3.7 liters. You can't see anything back here as far as the engine. These doors can be a little weird too. They will retract and come out. Kind of annoying. I will show you the engine, which is absolutely nothing to see, but it's kind of cool. So you come back here, you open this little flap. There you go. That's all she wrote. You got your ability to put some fluid in here and your oil. Everything is all tucked in. Now, that is a 3.7 liter though. 3.7 liter, flat six, twin turbo, 640 horsepower, 590 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 60, the mid 2-second range. You saw the POV drive, you saw the launch. This thing will do it all day long. Runs the quarter mile in the low 10s. Ridiculous car. I really do love the styling too of the new Porsches with the integrated total rear tail light. The 3D Porsche logo here in black looks great. You can get that in silver. You can spec these every little which way. You can get stickers. Now coming onto the interior, beautiful red, black stitch line here, Burmester sound system, Turbo S badging here, nice red interior. You've got the Porsche crest up at the top here, as you can see. Alcantara steering wheel. Now, I really do like this particular car because it has good combinations of buttons, but it also has TFT screens, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. So let me sit in the car. All right, coming on to the inside, first of all, I'm going to turn the car on. So you can see here, you've got your screen here, which is nice, okay? And then you've got your center screen here, and then you've got your speed on the left. Then you've got more inputs in screen technology on the right here as well, which you can adjust, okay? And you can see here, you've got your range, you've got your trip, you've got your GPS here based on where we are, you got your sport chrono, and you've even got more technology than that. You have your G-force meter, you have your all-wheel drive, it'll tell you what percentage is front and rear, you've got your tire pressure, you've got your performance power meter, and of course you've got your mode selectors. I did majority of the driving today in Sport Plus. Really opens the car up. Now what I like about this car is, yeah, a couple of things you do have to do through the screen. Like for example, when you go to your climate control, if you want to do recirculate air, that's how you do it. However, you still get physical buttons, guys. What I mean by that is you still get the ability to control your air flow. You can temperatures here. Love the feeling of these buttons. They have nice audible clicks. They have tactile feedback. The only thing I dislike is actually the electric shaver here. I really wish they'd bring back the ability to shift PDK right here. You have your heated and cooled seats here. You have your ability to open up your roof here. One button push to open up both this and also this, so you can keep this closed. I do happen to have the cooled seats on right now. It feels amazing, guys. You have that kind of carbon fiber look here. Lots of physical touches, including your mode selector, the ability to adjust a lot of different things. I mean, it's all adjustable. You just come over here and you can see here, you can set all kinds of things in the middle here. It's really cool how they did it. I like that it's not too many buttons, but it's just enough. You know, you have the ability to speak to the car, adjust your audio here, just a lot of cool things. So again, ability to adjust your music here, the ability to adjust your physical vents instead of having to use the screen. Then you still get CarPlay and all those other fun things. You get Sirius XM radio if you want to pay for it. The ability to lift your cars right here. A lot of good usable things, guys, and that is the key. You still get some room back here with the seats, nothing crazy, but you do get some. If you want to torture some kids or an adult, you can move the seat up. These are 18-way seats. They're wonderful. You can adjust the bolster here. You can adjust this. You can adjust the lower lumbar support. You can adjust the amount that it gives you pressure here. Really great, really nice place to spend time. Sport chrono package here. Leather is extended all the way through the front on this particular car. Everything's Alcantara here, just really punched up. You can have a nice detailer stripe all this for you, make it look real nice. Overall, guys, love the interior of this car. You know, even though it's new and it's modern, in a lot of ways, it still has some of that old school kind of quality with the buttons and just the overall layout of everything. Now, I will tell you, this piano black will attract a lot of fingerprints, so that's something to be mindful of. I dislike this, I really do, and I also really dislike the paddles. As you can see here, I'm pushing them. There's no feedback at all. They make no noise, there's no clicking sound, they're small. So that's actually a big negative for me. I would really upgrade these quickly if I were you. And you can see here, you've got your Distronic Cruise here. This will go ahead and just kind of keep you without crashing into the car in front of you. These cars do not lane steer though, to my knowledge anyways, and you still have a key here, but it is integrated. You don't insert the key anymore, so that's kind of one of the cool things about having the 991 generation and prior, is you did have to insert the key. But to be honest with you, I still kind of like this, so you can keep your key in your pocket. I think that's actually a positive upgrade, because it is kind of annoying to constantly, insert the key. You have some nice trim here. I just like the quality and extra stitch here. Everything just feels really good, guys. And you do have a front trunk as well. Makes it a very practical car. So that's the interior. There's really not much else to cover, I would say. The sound system is great. I can't demonstrate it for you, but the Burmester sound on this rocks. Really, let's go for a drive, because that's what you want to hear. All right, guys, welcome to the Turbo S review point of view drive. Now, we are in Sport Plus mode. It's how I'm going to drive this car today. I just want to let you know what it's like to drive in full go mode, okay? Now, first things first, you may notice there's an airbag light on. That is something that the owner has to adjust. He was working on the seat, I'm told. I don't really know the story, but there's also a custom exhaust here, and that is causing one of those little indicator lights to come on. But I will tell you, I've been driving this car for the past half an hour, and there ain't nothing wrong with her. She is ready to go, a lot of power. Now, first things first, with this exhaust, especially in Sport Plus mode with the valves open like it is, it's pretty spicy. I can tell you, if you get one of these things from stock, it's not going to sound like this. In fact, with the gas particulate filters, this car is actually on the quieter side. It's very easy to daily drive. But this particular one, I wouldn't say, especially with the windows up and the roof up, as enclosed, I think you're going to be just fine, frankly, driving this thing all day, every day. But it is just such a pleasure to drive. I mean, that is literally 20% throttle, guys, and you are up to speed like that. All-wheel drive, very little drama, great steering weight. I really like the Alcantara steering wheel. It just gives you a really cool GT vibe. You know, you got the Porsche logo here. You got lots of good buttons. You've got your adjustable drive mode selector right here. You've got nice haptic feedback on everything. Now, coming onto a back road here, a road I know really well, and again, this is going to be 610, guys. This is the street. We are not on a track, so we are going to keep it around the speed limit, make sure we can always see driveways. But I do want to give you a little taste of what this car is like and what it can do. So in order to really exploit the car or truly enjoy it, I mean, you can enjoy it in Sport Plus. It will hold a gear lower, but as you can see, we're at 2,000 RPMs, where I might want to be at 3,500. So I'm going to come over here, as you can see, I'm going to hit that manual button, and then I've got paddles on both sides. Now, this car has a PDK. It's wonderful, but you cannot shift it anymore with the middle section here, okay? So everything is going to be done with these two paddles right here. And I gotta say, they're great, but they're not world class. They do make better upgrades for these, and I do recommend you look into them. The last car I actually reviewed was a Cayman 4RS, and it had upgraded paddles, and it just made a world of difference when it came to the feedback and the sound of the click. Frankly, you really don't know you're doing anything with them when you hit them. They're silent. They don't give you a lot of feedback. And I'll tell you though, driving this thing, it is absolutely a blast. It is just so drama-free. Oh, and you hear the blow-off valve when you let off. So yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of the stock gear selectors in any way. They suck. They just have no sound, no feedback, like I said. Now, you do know you're shifting the car because obviously the engine, the transmission, all that stuff's going to react to the car, but you know, it's just like coming into this turn, click. I mean, nothing. Like no click, nothing audible, nothing fun. So, you know, that's one negative. Now, having said that, overall performance, suspension, world class, engine, world class, transmission, world class. Like unbelievably good, guys. Like really, really capable car. A lot of performance on the street. I mean, it is just unreal. Woo! It's amazing. I will say it's a little stiff in Sport Plus mode. We just hit that bump and yeah, you know it. It definitely shook the camera there. But really, really great car, guys. Like unbelievable amounts of performance. And then with the exhaust, it's just got that soul factor. There's a reason why these things are worth stupid amount of money now. I mean, these Turbo S's, especially in newer ones, like the 992 generation, if you get like a 24 or 25 with imports and all that stuff, like these things are $300,000 all day long. 300 grand. You know, and it makes the older ones look like a steal. I personally think the 991.1s and the 991.2s for $150 to $180 are the sweet spot right now. That's a lot of awesome. They don't have the gas particulate filters. You get even an older school interior, but you still get all the modern creature comforts, the Bluetooth, etc. You get more physical buttons. It's really the way to go, in my personal opinion. But if you can afford another $100,000 and you can get yourself into one of these, I mean, they've only made it better. I mean, let's just put it that way. They've only made it faster, more capable, in some ways better looking. I don't really think there was anything wrong with the last generation car, to be honest with you, as far as looks. But this one's still a beautiful car, you know, and it's still got the active aero. The spoiler comes up and down. The front can be adjusted up and down as well. Be mindful, if you do put that front lip down, you're going to have to watch out and make sure you use this button right here, which is going to give you that lift. That front lift is an absolute game changer. But yeah, guys, like, this is just an incredible driving experience. There's nothing wrong with it in the performance department. In fact, you really got to be a mature driver when you get into this thing, because it's so much performance and so much power that, you know, full throttle, any time, any gear, you exceed the speed limit insanely quick. I'm coming on to 840 real quick. I want to show you just how easy it is to get up to 80 miles an hour on the highway. So you're doing 20 miles an hour, watch this. And then you're there. I mean, it takes about 2 seconds for the turbo to fully boost, and then it just pulls like very, very few cars do. It's unbelievable amounts of performance. So it's one of those cars that you really got to be careful, because, you know, where are you going to put down that kind of performance on the street? And are you going to take your Turbo S to the track? You know, I don't know. Me personally, I would go for the GT3. I would want to have that cup engine. I'd want to have only 500 horsepower because it's more usable. But could you take your 3,500 pound Turbo S to the track? I absolutely believe you could. I think you could have a blast. It's the only way you're really going to enjoy the thing at full limits. But most people who buy these cars just drive them to work. And so this is actually the most applicable place to review the car, because a lot of guys are going to be on the highway in 8th gear, just enjoying the car. And while it's a little stiff, especially in sport mode, it's not uncomfortable. And even with the custom exhaust, it's quiet in here. It's got a great sound system, which I can't demonstrate for licensing reasons, but trust me, the sound system in this car is wonderful. Has great highs, great mids, great lows. It's just a wonderful place to enjoy and spend time. You've got cooled seat in here as well. I just turned it on because it's getting a little warm. You've got a sunroof you can open or close. The cooled seat, mind you, blows air-conditioned air. It's not just air. It feels so nice. I'm enjoying it right now. You can hear there's very little rattles. It's just a wonderful, well-built machine. You know, even with 11,000 miles on it, it still drives like it's brand new. Just a really great experience. There's no negatives to the everyday livability of this vehicle. There's no negatives to the performance of it. It is just absolutely the fastest dang thing on the road. All right, guys, one last thing I wanted to point out on our drive today is you have this button right here on the drive selector that has an actual dot in the center, and that unlocks Sport Plus mode, or basically full beam mode, for 20 seconds. So the cool thing about that button is, let's say somebody's on your butt, or you just want to have full performance for a short period of time, but you don't feel like pushing over in Sport Plus mode or having to mess with the screen or whatever. All you got to do is hit that button, and it immediately puts you in that mode. And it's pretty cool. So you just hit it, and then you're gone if you want. It's just unbelievable. And I just want to point that out because it's a lot of fun. You know, guys, I will say, just driving this thing, it just makes you feel like you made it. You know, I don't know how else to say it. It's an exotic car. You know, it has the vibe of driving something special. It is under the radar. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not driving an Aston or a Ferrari or a McLaren or something like that. You're not gonna get that many looks. You're not gonna get people pulling out their cell phones and things like that on this car. And I think that's actually one of the appeals of owning this car for a lot of the owners, is they don't really want that. They want to know that they're in an exotic and a sports car and something special, but at the end of the day, they don't necessarily want the attention that always brings. And this car is that, you know. But when you physically drive it and you feel the quality of everything, and you feel, I mean, we just went over a really bad bump, as you saw, and it just soaks it up. You know, this car just is so good. It just being a 911. You know, it is the top of the heap. Other than the GT2 RS, the Turbo S has the most performance, the most creature comforts, you know, some of the nicest interior they make, especially in this particular package, right? I mean, it's just, as I like to say, it's the tits. I mean, it is absolutely the tits. It's just the best, you know? And if you know, you know. And so I hope you guys enjoyed listening to my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of the street drive that we did. You know, again, we're just taking it easy today. Nothing crazy, not on a track. Be mindful of that. But I think I gave you enough of a taste of what this thing's like. And I hope you enjoyed my thoughts. I would love for you to subscribe. I make content like this just about every week, especially when it's nice out like it is right now. And really appreciate you checking it out, watching. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon.